Good evening, everyone. Please confirm if the screen is visible. Very good evening, Satyam. Am I audible? Can you please confirm in the chat? Is my voice loud and clear? So we'll start the session in a minute. I can see many more are joining. So I hope your preparation is going good. Few days left for the exam, so everyone is preparing well. Yes? Okay. So welcome to another session of Brahmastra Series, where we will be discussing questions from Unit 9, that is diversity of life forms. So you will be recalling the concepts as you will be solving the question. You will be learning the strategy of how to solve a particular type of question being asked from this unit. So are you all ready? Yes, can I get some yes in the chats? So please respond. I don't want you all to hesitate. Okay, you all have to stay with me till the end. And there is a surprise freebie for you all, especially for those who will be attending the entire session, 1 hour session. So, as you all know, Unit 9 is all about the diversity of life forms. And here you study about plant kingdom, animal kingdom, taxonomy, nomenclature, biological nomenclature. You study about organisms of conservation concern, domestic animals, plants, region of domestication. You study about diseases, right? The diseases and the causative agents, the pathogens. Then you study about Indian subcontinents. So, especially those who are having botany and zoology background, Unit 9 will be a strength for them because you don't have to study anything from scratch, right? So, you already have studied these about the classification, about the plant and animal classification, their characteristics in detail, about taxonomy and all. But even if you have a biotechnology background or microbiology background or biochemistry background, then at least you can prepare this unit, like you can do selective study from this unit because this is scoring. Most of the questions asked in part C are usually match the following types, which are very, very scoring. And also some topics are in common with unit 10 and unit 11. So it's an advantage for you if you are preparing like unit 10, unit 11. So you don't have to devote extra time here. Or if you're preparing it in unit 9, you don't have to devote it extra separately time to prepare those topics in unit 10 and 11. Right? Yeah, very good evening, Nagashri. Good to see you all here. So let's begin with the very first question. So here is the part C question on your screen. So it's a statement based question. The question is refer to the below statements and suggest the correct option. First, classification of organisms based on evolutionary as well as genetic relationships is called phonetics. Second, in angiosperm, characters of flowers are used in classification because characters of flowers are conservative. Third, two plants can be conclusively said to belong to same species if they can reproduce freely with each other and form seeds. Fourth, the heteromere series ends with the cohort Umbellales in Bentham and Hooker system of classification. And monograph is the taxonomic aid which can give a comprehensive account of complete compiled information of any one genus or family at a particular time. Now, you all can see that it's a statement based question. And if you go through all five statements, like one statement is about phonetic system of classification, another is about the angiosperm characteristics, right? Then you can see one is about the Heteromerae series, about Bentham and Hooker system of classification. So, if at least you are familiar with three, if not all, then also you can answer this question. So here you have to answer it, like you have to go through each statement and find out whether it's a false statement or true statement, because in options F is for false and T is for true. So I'm giving you some time to solve this question, and you all tell me what is the answer here. So you just try, analyze your preparation. Okay, Sriram, very quick answer, option 2. So first of all, I really appreciate you all for attending the session and also answering. So those who are not answering, please don't hesitate, okay? Just analyze your preparation and recall the concept. So when you practice the question, it's the best strategy to revise also. So you are revising here. Keep a timer also, okay? I hope you all are sitting with pen and notebook and with a timer, okay? You have to keep a track of time also, because for CSIR NET Life Science exam, speed and accuracy both are important, right? So for part C, don't devote more than 3 minutes each question, for each question, okay? See, the first statement is very easy. What do you understand by the term phonetics? In unit 9, you study about different classification system, right? Phonetics, cladistics. So is the phonetics system based on evolutionary as well as genetic relationship? So this way, just go through each statement, analyze, carefully recall the concept, and then mark whether it is a correct statement, false statement, or it's a true statement. So last minute, quickly answer the question. Okay, so let's go through the solution. So first statement is classification of organisms based on evolutionary as well as genetic relationships is called phonetics. So as I told you, phonetics basically refers to what? As observed as phenotype. Okay, it refers to the classification which is based on phenotype of an organism. In cladistics, we classify the organisms based on the common ancestry. So this statement is false. In phenetic classification method, we classify the organisms on basis of their similarity in phenotype. So it is not an evolutionary, not on basis of evolutionary or genetic relationship. So that is why cladistic classification is considered, like we follow that, because there we, based on DNA analysis, gene analysis, we determine the common ancestor, and we plot a cladogram, right? We determine the, we can determine the ancestor and the descendants. So statement 1 is false. Then second statement is, in angiosperm, characters of flowers are used in classification because characters of flowers are conservative. Now this is true. Definitely character of flowers are commonly used in angiosperm classification because they are often conserved and as well as informative for identifying relationships. Then third statement is, two plants can be conclusively said to belong to same species if they can reproduce freely with each other and form seeds. So in unit 9, you study about species concept, where like we have different species concept, like biological species concept, evolutionary or lineage species concept, right? Morphological species concept. So basically, when you study about the biological species concept, so biological species concept is the most well-known species concept. There are different species concepts. Among it, the biological species concept is the most well-known, and it was proposed by evolutionary biologist Ernst Mayr. So according to this concept, like it is based on reproductive compatibility. According to this concept, the species is a group of population whose members have the potential to interbreed in nature. Okay, interbreed in nature and produce viable and fertile offspring, but do not produce viable or fertile offspring with other members of such groups. So, see, appearances can be misleading. Physical appearances can be misleading. So this particular concept, biological species concept, is based on the reproductive compatibility. So two plants said to belong to same species if they can reproduce freely with each other and form seeds, that is, they are able to form the offspring, fertile offspring, viable offspring. So yes, this statement is true according to biological species concept. Then fourth statement is, Heteromere series ends with cohort amylase in Bentham and Hooker system of classification. Amylase in Bentham and Hooker system of classification. So basically, Bentham and Hooker system of classification, in Bentham and Hooker system of classification, dicotyledons, they have like subclass, and then they have series, and then they have cohort. Okay. So heteromere is a series. It's a heteromere series. It's a group of flowering plants with more than two carpels and a superior ovary. But it doesn't end with this cohort. It's actually the series 3, that is Caliciflorae, of subclass 1, which have 5 cohorts. And the last cohort is Umbellales. So it is not the, like this particular series doesn't end with it. So therefore, this makes the statement false. This statement is false. And then you have the last statement that monograph is the taxonomic aid which can give a comprehensive account of complete compiled information of any one genus or family at a particular time. So monograph, yes, it's a book or essay which definitely gives all the available information about a particular genus or family, and even a higher category of grouping at the time of its publication. So it's a useful taxonomic aid. So this makes statement. So this, therefore, this statement is also true. So based on the given options, so we have first statement which is false, which is given only in option 2, and therefore it is the answer. So you can see just on in option 1 also it is given. So like you can follow the strategy of omitting 2 options out of 4 also here. So when you say first is false, answer cannot be option 3 and 4, right? Now, 2 is T, which is common in both. 3 is T. Now, third is true. So T here is for true, but in option 1, it is false. So this makes, so according to us, the third statement was true, right? So therefore, answer is option 2. And then fourth is false and fifth is true. So Sriram, yes, your answer is absolutely right. Very good. Moving over to another question. Which one of the options below includes habitats that are all found in Indian subcontinent? Now, see, this is basically like if you see Unit 9, it's all theoretical, right? And as I told you, you like about ecology and all you study in Unit 10, right? So if you are familiar with, and it's like a some general knowledge concept also here, right? Like these are some general knowledge things that we should keep in mind about the Indian subcontinents, about the endemics um, uh, areas in India, right? And also like about the particular species found in a particular area, right? So here this question is about the habitats that are all found in Indian subcontinent. Now see, this term is very important, all. Sometimes in CSIR NET exam, they can give you like the term like except one. Okay. Given habitats except one, like such terms they can mention, or not found they can mention. So these terms are very important. Whenever you are reading the question, make sure that you pay attention to these terms, right? So, what do you think is the correct answer here? So, go through all the statements. So, it's just a memory based question, right? Although it's partsy, but it's a memory based question. You just have to recall the concept of Indian subcontinents, habitats that are found in Indian subcontinents. So the strategy you can use here is, since it is mentioned all found in Indian subcontinent, so any option comprises of, like, let's say you are thorough with a forest, like you know what all forests are found in India. So whether it's a boreal forest or scrub forest or temperate forest. So if you know or like warm broadleaf forest. So if you know about any one, then also you can mark this answer correctly. So yes, quickly tell me in the chats. See, more quickly you give me the answer, more questions I can discuss in this 1 hour session. So it's all for like it's for your practice only, right? So utilize this 1 hour in question solving. Okay, option 2, Sriram. Fine. Let's check. See, you all can make a table, okay? And you can learn, like you can write down the about the habitats, right? Or if you don't have, I'll give you in the class, in today's session. So just learn it, okay? These questions are very direct. Unit 9, like no experimental based question you'll get here from here, right? It's a simple memory based question. So see, forest in India, they have been classified into 6 major groups ranging from tropical to alpine. And these major groups have been further classified into 16 subgroups on the basis of their temperature and moisture regimes, and then further 200 group categories. So at least you can learn 6 major group names, right? So this table summarizes the major forest types of India. So they are based on the Champion and Say 1968. So this is based on Champion and Say 1968. Okay. So this is the reference from where I have taken this major forest types of India. So we have like moist tropical forest, dry tropical forest, montane subtropical forests. Then we have montane temperate forest, subalpine forest, and alpine forest. So like temperate forests, they are found in the Himalayan region, right? So if you look at the options, so temperate forest is given in option 2. So based on that only you can say that it is the answer, right? Boreal forest, is it there anywhere? And if you are getting confused, then look for any some other term, right? Like montane forests, right? So similarly, like if you talk about alluvial grasslands, so they are found in floodplains of northern India. Dry thorn forests, they are common in arid regions of Rajasthan and Gujarat. And then we have submontane forests, which are found in hills of northeastern Indian Himalayas. So therefore, answer here is option 2. Nagasri, it will be option 2. Is it clear to you? So Sriram, you have answered it correctly. So just at least learn the 6 major groups ranging from tropical to alpine. Then coming to another question. The schematic section given below of an animal indicates that the animal is, now see, also in unit 9 you will get lot of figure based question, match the following type question, statement based question, and figure based question, right? So like either it can be on some cladogram or phylogenetic tree being given, or synapomorphies, cladogram indicating synapomorphy or plesiomorphy based on that, or monophyletic group, paraphyletic group, right? Or like the question on the floral formula, floral diagram is given, right? And based on that you have to find out, like they can label A, B, C, D, and they'll ask you what is A, what is B. So whether you have to find out A is apicalyx or corolla, and like that. Okay. Similarly, from animal kingdom, they can give you this kind of question where they can ask you about, like, either statement based, where they can give you a particular group and they'll ask you, they write the features and you have to find which one is correct, which of the following features belong to that, is the characteristic of that particular group. Or like here, this diagram, this figure is given, and based on this, you have to find out whether the organism is triploblastic or diploblastic or coelomate or acoelomate or vertebrate or invertebrate. Now, definitely to answer this question, you should be familiar with the terms. What is the meaning of diploblastic? What is the meaning of triploblastic? So it's not something which is very difficult. In ninth and 10th standard, at least all these things we have studied, right? So it doesn't require a core botany or zoology knowledge. Even if you are a biotechnology background or from biochemistry background or microbiology background or any other background, educational background, it doesn't matter. At least this much amount of about the plant kingdom and animal kingdom in ninth and 10th standard, we all have studied, right? So basically, these are the major terms that we use for classifying the organisms, right? Classifying the animals. So answer this question. See, I'll give you a hint. Ventral nerve cord is present in vertebrates or invertebrates. So based on that, you can omit 2 options out of 4. Or like any term you can start with. If you are thorough about triploblastic, diploblastic, based on that, you can omit the options. So in that case, like you have like 3 options, triploblastic is given and diploblastic in 1. If you take vertebrate, invertebrate, then in 2 options, invertebrate and 2 vertebrate is given. Right? You can take coelomate or acoelomate also. So just analyze the figure. You don't have to think out of the box. Everything is there in the question. Answer is in the question itself. You can see ectoderm, you can see mesoderm. What does the presence of mesoderm indicates? Then nerve cord is towards ventral side. This is how you have to analyze the given figure. Okay, Shrivani, you are saying option 3. Okay. What about you, Nagashri, Sriram, Satyam? See, don't hesitate in answering. This is how you learn. Okay, Nagashri also saying option 3. So fine, let's check. So see, first of all, let's understand the terms. When we talk about classification of animals, we can classify the organisms on the basis of embryonic cell layers. Okay, so diploblastic term we use when cell is organized into 2 embryonic layers. One is ectoderm, another is endoderm. So ecto is outside, endo is within, inside, right? With a middle undifferentiated mesoglea in between. So examples are like coelentrates and sponges. So here you can see this is for diploblastic. Okay, this is endoderm, this is ectoderm. Then triploblastic term we use where the developing embryo has 3 germinal layer. Okay, that is ectoderm, endoderm, and also mesoderm is there. So third germinal layer, mesoderm is also present, and meso is between ecto and endo. So here this one you see, that is mesoderm. So those animals in which developing embryo has a third germinal layer, that is mesoderm in between ecto and endo, are called as triploblastic animals, like from Platyhelminthes to chordates, when you study about animal classification. Then further animals can also be classified into three groups based on the nature of their coelom. So basically here we look for whether body cavity is present or not. So acoelomates are the organisms in which no body cavity is present. As you can see here, this, like for example, platyhelminthes. Then, so presence and absence of body cavity between body wall and gut wall is important in classification. So when the body cavity is absent, we call it as acoelomate. Pseudo means false. False term we use because here in some animals, the body cavity is not lined by mesoderm. Instead, it is present as scattered pouches in between ectoderm and endoderm. So such body cavity is called as pseudocoelom, and organism is called as pseudocoelomates. Like we have example Aschelminthus. And then we have coelomates or eucoelomates where true body cavity is present, as you can see in this particular figure, A figure. So you will find it in annelids, molluscus, arthropods, and so on, chordates, right? So as I mentioned earlier, that for such type of questions, you don't have to think out of the box. You can clearly see mesoderm is there. So if mesoderm is there, it is present in triploblast, right? Not in diploblast condition. So as the diagram shows mesoderm, it indicates that it is triploblastic. So that means answer cannot be option 4. Then you can see that the space is there between gut wall and mesoderm. So that means true coelom is there. So it's a coelomate. So answer cannot be option 2 because acoelomate is mentioned there. And what is the position of nerve cord? It is ventral. So it is an invertebrate, not vertebrate. So therefore, answer here is option 1. Clear to all? So if you see option 1 and 3, I think you just looked for triploblastic and coelomate. So these two terms are common here. The difference is whether it is invertebrate or vertebrate. Clear to all? Moving over to another question. Following table shows cultivated crops, column X, and the continents where their centers of origin, column Y, are situated. Which one of the following options represents the correct match between column X and column Y? Now, such type of questions are very common in CSIR NET Life Sciences exam. So, region of domestication of a particular crop. So again, it's just general knowledge based thing, right? Especially you should learn at least those crops which are originated in India, right? So either they can give you the countries or they can give you the continents. So at least some important ones you can remember, like potato, tomato, right? Wheat, maize, banana, coffee, right? One and two, Shrivani, you have mentioned. So, like, which option you are saying? Okay, option one and one or two, you are saying. Fine. So if you say option one and two, then A, two, and D1, that is common. So difference is in B and C combinations given. Sriram, you are saying option three. Okay. Yes, I can see many are attending but not responding. Please try. Okay, Srivani, option one. Fine. So let's check whether it is option one, two, or three. So before moving to the solution, I would like to tell you that about the AI/ML in biology, bioinformatics, computational biology. So 30 days training program we are providing in AI/ML in biology, bioinformatics, computational biology. So it is starting from 20th Feb. So if you are interested, then please call on our toll-free number. And for the details, you can contact on our toll-free number. So here you will get chance to uh, do a project work. It can be of 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, and also you will be getting a paper publication assistance. So you can work under you can work in AI/ML in drug discovery projects or cancer and disease prediction using AI/ML, protein structure prediction using AI/ML, and genomics transcriptomics projects. So project will be online also and offline also. Hands-on training is also there, and you can also publish the papers. So it's a great opportunity. If you are interested, then please contact. The details are given on your screen. Shrivani, you are asking, is it based on Vavilov center of origin? Basically, they are based on the region of, like, first they are domesticated, right, where they are originated. So I'll explain you. So see, when we talk about the coffee, right? So where was first it was being originated, right? Like obviously what happens is like something first it is originated, and then as the people they travel from one country to another, from one continent to another, they carry these like seeds or plants with them, and then also many things are being introduced at that particular like many things are being introduced in India also from other continents, right? So coffee is grown worldwide, but it we trace its heritage back centuries to ancient coffee, which forested on Ethiopian plateau, that is Africa. So A is two. Now, when you say A is two, so definitely answer cannot be option three and four, right? It will be either one or two. Then pineapple and rubber, they are their origin is South America. So that is B should be 1 and D should also be 1, which is given only in option 1. So Shriveni, yes, you have answered it correctly. And Sriram, I hope it is clear that why it will not be option 3, right? Because we omitted 3 on basis of coffee only. And even like banana, it's very easy. It has evolved in the humid tropical regions of Southeast Asia, with India as one of its centers of origin. So C is 3, which further confirms our answer. So answer here is option 1. Well done. So everybody, I really appreciate you for answering, especially Shrivani and Sriram. You have been consistent in answering. Nagashri, you also. So well done. I'm glad that you are practicing and utilizing the time. Moving over to another question, selected human disease and their vectors are listed below. Now, these type of questions are also very frequently asked in the CSIR NET Life Science exam. And about pathogens, human pathogens, also you study in unit 4 also, right? So Which one of the following options represent the correct match between column X and column Y? So either they can mention the vector, they can mention the causative agent, right? Anything they can give you in the question. And the point is, it's a match the following type question. So again, like these type of questions are very scoring. When we discuss the tips and tricks for question solving of CSIR NET Life Science exam, especially Part C, we all often say that you have to always go for start with match the following type questions because they're very scoring, right? It all you need to do is that you just have to be thorough with any two out of four, any two combinations out of four, right? So chikungunya, right? It's very like we all know about it, right? So if you are familiar with what is the vector for chikungunya, you can answer it, or any one more you need to confirm your answer, right? So answer this question. Let me know the answer in the chats, everyone. Yes, last 1 minute. Quickly answer the question. Okay. So let's find out. So Aedes aegypti is known to transmit dengue virus, yellow fever virus, chikungunya virus, and Zika virus. So yes, A is one, which is given in option 3 and 4. So you can omit two options out of four. So answer cannot be option 1 and 2 because in option 1 it is A2 given combination and A3 given in option 2. Then we have to look for one more to confirm our answer. So when we talk about Lyme disease, it is caused by bacterium Borrelia burgdorferi, and it is transmitted to humans through the bite of infected black leg ticks. So B is 4. So B4 is given only in option 4. So Yes, answer is option 4 here. We can check for C and D also. So when we talk about lymphatic filariasis, it is transmitted by different type of mosquitoes. And Anopheles mainly found in rural areas, and Aedes mainly in endemic islands in the Pacific. So based on the given question, so C2 is correct. And schistosomiasis is considered as one of the neglected tropical disease, and the parasite that causes it is the freshwater snails. So D is 3. So yes, this confirms our answer. So well done, Sriram and Nagashri. You have answered it correctly. So answer is option 4. Moving over to another question, identify the synapomorphies in the following cladogram. So here you can see a cladogram is given, and you have to find out what is A, B, C, and D here. So definitely to answer this question, you should first know what is the term synapomorphy means. And then even you need to be familiar with these terms. Like you need to be familiar with these families, right? Now, definitely anybody having a botany background will better answer this question. So I'll suggest that if you are not confident about such type of questions, then you can like omit such questions. Don't try to solve it, and or don't do the guesswork, because if it is incorrect, then you will lose marks in negative marking. But as I mentioned in the very beginning, those having botany background and even like such type of questions can be asked from animal kingdom also, right? So it will be a strength for those students having botany and zoology background. Because it's not possible at the last minute to study about the characteristics of different uh, uh, families or groups, right? So if anybody from botany background can answer this question. So cladogram is given where we can arrange the organisms on basis of the taxa on basis of the common ancestor and the descendants. So unlike the phonetic system where we classify the organisms on basis of appearances, phenotypes, cladogram is based on the evolutionary relationship, common ancestor and the descendants. So Pinaceae, Araucariaceae, and Cupressaceae is given. So if you have studied about them, you can answer it this question. So which of them will have ovules with 1 to 20 per scale, or one ovule per scale only, or seed with long terminal wing? Yes. What is the answer? So let's first understand what is the term synapomorphy means or apomorphy means. So like in unit 9, these terms are very important. You need to remember what is the meaning of plesiomorphy. So remember P for pleso and P for primitive, right? So primitive or ancestral character. Plesiomorphy refers to ancestral character that has been unchanged, character that is unchanged from the ancestors. Plesiomorphy, so sim means shared, pleso means ancestral, and morphy means character. So when that ancestral character is shared to more than one group, that is plesiomorphy. Then we use the term apomorphy. So apo means derived, morphy means character. So apomorphy is the derived character. And synapomorphy, when that trait is shared by two or more taxa. So syn is for shared, and autoapomorphy, where auto means unique, apo means derived, and morphy means character, right? So it is the unique character which is present only in one particular group or taxa, right? So like when we talk about, like if you see this cladogram, so vertebral column is present only to this clade: lamprey, tuna, salamander, turtle, leopard, right? So lancelet is the outgroup. It is not present. Vertebral column is not present, but in others it is present. But then you can see that with time the jaws was the derived character, right? So jaws was the derived character which you will find in tuna, salamander, turtle, leopard, but not in lamprey. Then four walking legs you will find in salamander, turtle, and leopard. Amniotic egg in turtle, leopard, and here only leopard. So here is a unique character found to leopard only, right? So it is, you can say it's an auto-apomorphic character, right? So in the question, it was mentioned synapomorphy. So cladogram is given, which depict a sequence in order of derived characters. And synapomorphy is an advanced, apo is an advanced character, derived character, right? You can remember A for advance, I for apomorphy. So this way you can remember. So it's an advanced character state which is shared among two or more taxa, inherited from recent common ancestor. But the primitive ancestor doesn't have this kind of trait. Or like when you talk about the clade, then when you talk about the recent common ancestor's ancestor, then in that case the trait will be not there. So that means that trait is derived through evolution. So here you can see that some terms are given in the options. So you can only answer this question when you know about all these families, right? Like Pinaceae. So if you see Pinaceae, it has the seeds with long terminal wings, and they are derived from tissue of the cone scale. Then when you talk about Araucaria, they have bracts and seed scales fully fused and have only one ovule on each scale. And then Cupressaceae, it is a conifer family, and they have like 1 to several ovules per scale. So that means D should be ovules 1 to 20 per scale, which is given only in option 2, right? And C, 1 ovule per scale. And for B, it should be seeds with long terminal wings. And you are left with raisin canals, that will be A. So answer here is option 2. Now, this is the last question which we will be discussing now. It is based on animal kingdom. So following are a set of characteristics found in the animal kingdom. So A to E characteristics are given. So you have to find which of the following characteristics are the features for class Pisces. So basic features we all know, right? Again in 9th and 10th standard we all have studied, right? About the Pisces and about other groups in the animal kingdom. So this is a statement based question. Go through the statement A to E and find out which set of characterizing features are for class Pisces. And these are the options. So Pisces is where like fishes are included, right? So what kind of body they have? Is it streamlined? Streamlined means tapering at both the ends. So fishes have this kind of body structure, right? Then what kind of scales they have? Thick-seated scales? Then are they herbivores? So they may be herbivores, carnivores, oviparous. What is the nervous system in them? Or all of them are oviparous. So see, C and E are contradictory. They may be herbivores or carnivores. All of them are oviparous and exhibit sexual dimorphism. Yes, quickly answer this question. Last 3 minutes we have. Okay, Sri Ram, option 4. Fine. So when you say option 4, so that means A, B, except E, all A to D. So here are the features of class of this Pisces. So yes, so as I told you, it the like Pisces when we talk about, so it includes the fishes, and the body is streamlined, tapering at both the ends. Yes, some do have spindle-shaped or elongated bodies, and the skin is covered with cycloid scales, which protect the internal organoids. And yes, they may be herbivores, carnivores, and their nervous system comprise of brain and 10 pair of cranial nerves. So that means statement A, B, C, and D are correct, right? But sexes are separate. So therefore, statement E is incorrect. And therefore, answer here is option 4. So well done, everyone. I really appreciate you all for attending this session and even participating in answering the questions. So you all will be getting a freebie. So you will be getting a link for the additional practice questions from Unit 9. So you will get it. It will be on your screen in the chat. It will be there. And you can go to that link and then you can get access to the some more practice questions from Unit 9, and the explanation is also there. So detailed explanation and answer is there. So this is all about Unit 9. Don't forget to attend the Brahma session where some other unit questions will be discussed. So I hope you have enjoyed the session, and all the very best. Keep on revising the concepts and practice as many questions as possible. So thank you and take care.